This special is brought to you by Telkom.
Hugo van Zyl, Executive Core Applications and Services at ATA, spoke on the topic social networking, network breaker or revenue maker. With internet becoming common and broadband access more available, easily and cheaply, new applications are available to deliver voice services and messaging services at little or even no fee, which affects operators like ATA.
I think all the operators are grappling with it at this point in time because it's eroding so much of our value. As a later entrant into the market, from an ATA perspective, we feel a bit more bullish. We've had the luxury, I guess, to gear ourselves towards that environment when we were busy with our business case planning, and we've also made some technical decisions that enable us to leverage and leapfrog in certain scenarios. It really has to do, though, with how we partner with these over-the-top providers and the social media providers and see how we come up with new revenue streams.
He added that it was important for operators to keep ahead of the ever-changing mobile space.
Look, it is critical, and during the presentation I was showing four conditional forces that I believe is creating the perfect storm from a data perspective. It is a fact that we have to change, and as operators we need to realize that the change needs to happen very quickly. It is key for us to have a fresh look at revenue. Now, we can do that through network optimization strategies, and the key there really is for diverse operators. So operators like Telkom, where we have fixed mobile and a business arm. It's important that we provide our subscribers with choices in terms of the experience, quality of experience and so on. Our partnerships with the over-the-top providers is critical, and then to really give our subscribers control of their data and open up the network basically to give the subscribers that true experience that they deserve.
The Centre of Excellence program was developed by Telkom to research various aspects of telecommunications. The Centres of Excellence are scientific and engineering research entities across universities and technikons in South Africa. Each Centre of Excellence consists of one or more units, each specialising in a research area.
SATNAC as a conference, of course, was very much aligned with the Telecom Centre of Excellence program, which started in 1997. And the conference itself was there to specifically provide a showcase for research and development efforts of students at the Centres of Excellence. In fact, the first conference was very, very small, and the humble beginnings saw about 12 people in one room, and to what we've grown to now. So in short, the conference itself showcase research and development, specifically the applied research being performed at the 16 Centres of Excellence programs.
SATNAC is a great platform for the students to display their big ideas and present them to big players in the industry. Students in the Western Cape are working on an application that will help interpret sign language.
Okay, what we're focusing on in this research is to translate from sign language to English. Now currently we are able to communicate with each other, but for instance if you were a deaf person, or if I was a deaf person, you wouldn't understand what I was saying. So we want to do is create a cell phone application that can translate what I'm saying into English. So if you take your camera and point it to me, that would translate what I'm saying into English. Currently, the way deaf people communicate with the hearing communities is to use interpreters, but there's a shortage of interpreters and they're expensive. So that's why we're trying to use create a cell phone application to do this. Also, the way that we're gonna translate from sign language to English is to track their hands and to also determine depth using a single camera. Now, conventionally, the way to determine depth is to use two cameras, and we want to use a single camera by using optical flow to determine this depth, and then we use determine the 3D information from ourselves and map that onto a 3D model, and then use a hidden marker model to translate that into English.
Mpho Kasalina Nkosi from the University of Limpopo is creating a pronunciation dictionary for automatic speech recognition.
Okay, at my department there's been work done on speech recognition. So what I was focusing on was improving the recognition rate of the system that was created before. We were focusing on the lexicon that is working with the speech recognition. by making it much broader so that it can improve the performance rate. This system will benefit especially the community around the university that I'm from, because most of the communities that are around there, they are much older people and much more illiterate people. So this can help them in accessing especially government information by just using their voices and then having access to the information.
Etienne Stalmans from Rhodes University shared his big idea on antiviruses.
What our idea is, instead of having your antivirus on your home computer, we propose that you move it to your ISP. So if you've got 50,000 users on an ISP, instead of each user having their own antivirus, the ISP monitors their traffic, and from the traffic they're able to detect if the user is infected or not. And then they're able to block the traffic, prevent viruses spreading that way. And that's basically the big idea.
Toba Loss of the University of Fort Hare is working on a way to make surfing the web on your mobile phone much quicker.
Mobile devices have limited processing power, limited screen size and bandwidth availability. Right? So the big idea is that most of available web pages on the internet are designed with desktop PCs in mind, right? And with that comes the problem of viewing those web pages on a mobile device, right? The whole big idea is to just reduce the downloading time, right? The scrolling and the whole viewing of images. Right? What I'm doing is just to delete the unnecessary parts like advertisements and coming up with only text.
Leslie Lates, another student from Rhodes University, is working on a grid system that will never say die. His team is creating an automated grid repair system.
Okay, my idea is to have a grid system that will automatically repair itself given any breakage on the machine, power outages, machine reboots. It'll automatically come back up and get the grid system running again. A few months ago now, the EC2 cloud went down, and when I saw that, I thought, okay, well, there's a very good application for my system. If they'd been like running some kind of system like mine, it should have brought the EC2 cloud right back up and working again.
Telkom started the Centre of Excellence program in 1997, and since then have given many of these students bursaries so that they can turn their big ideas into a reality.
But they gave me the funding, and actually without the funding I couldn't have even started my master's. You know, without the funding I couldn't have approached any kind of research subject at all in master's.
It has really benefited me a lot, because if it was not of the bursary, I wouldn't have considered doing my postgraduate degree.
Rural communities have also benefited from some of the research being done at these Centres of Excellence programs.
Yeah, the Centre of Excellence program at Rhodes does a lot of work with the schools, the rural schools in Grahamstown, and we work a lot with providing internet and resources to the rural schools via a means of technologies that doesn't require a lot of infrastructure and resources to manage.
During the two-day event, there was a strong focus in connecting the rural areas. It's good to see small entities like the Centres of Excellence and major organisations like Telkom and the likes working together towards closing the gap in the digital divide.